this presentation, I'd like to talk to you about NIAS. So my name is Patrick Pheasant. I'm the Chief Executive Officer at NIAS Australia. And we have been developing over the last couple of years a set of standards, quality assurance standards for education agents. And I'm going to share a little bit of information about those standards and about NIAS with you today. And then hopefully meet many of you in our one-to-one meetings after this short presentation. So for those of you that don't know, NIAS is a global leader in quality assurance for English language teaching. And we have standards that we have been developing over the last 30 years. And we quality assure English language teaching centres across all of Australia and also in Southeast Asia and Dubai. We have a number of centres who are high schools. We have many centres who belong to universities, and we have centres that belong to vocational education and training, and also independent English language centres as well. More recently, we've started to quality assure online delivery. So we have a number of providers who are quality assured by us who teach exclusively online. So we're across all sectors in the English language teaching community. All of the information that I'm sharing with you today is found on our website, as well as information about our standards and all of the listings of our English language teaching centres, our quality endorsed agents, our quality endorsed products and services, and our quality endorsed English language teaching professionals. So if you haven't checked out the website, please look at it. There's a lot of resources there and also a lot of professional development as well, which you might be interested in participating in. So NIAS, we globally benchmark our quality assurance framework against a number of different quality assurance specialists around the world. NIAS is the only quality assurance independent specialist assurer for English language teaching in Australia and in the Southeast Asian region. We have 98 endorsed Australian organisations with 131 members across all states and territories in Australia. We have 10 endorsed international organisations across 58 members in ASEAN, China and the Middle East. As I said, more recently, we've been endorsing education agents. We have 15 endorsed agents, products and services and ELT professionals. We list for free education agents, teachers and also organisations who are delivering services to the English language teaching community. This is a free service and you can be listed for up to 90 days. And then if you wish to undertake our endorsement process, we can start the ball rolling with that for you. Like I said, we have members across all sectors, and part of our member services is running events, professional development and online courses for teachers, for managers, for agents, and also other professionals in the sector. We have an annual conference every year, and this year we ran the conference in a hybrid model. So it was available to all international participants, and I would love to invite you to attend our conference next year in May. It's streamed live from Sydney. It's 2 days, and you can participate from anywhere in the world. We have over 400 participants from 14 countries presenting on all sorts of different topics that are of importance to everyone in the English language teaching community. So join us online, join us for our conferences, and I'm really glad that you're joining us for our first Alfito as well today. So our quality endorsed agents, they undertake a very sophisticated endorsement process. It's very streamlined and relatively easy to do, but it's very sophisticated insofar as it uses NIAS's own stakeholder-driven feedback model. This means we interview students, we interview that you've worked with, we interview some of your counsellors, and we interview some of your clients. We triangulate all of this feedback and we write a very thorough report for you, identifying what are your strengths and also what are your areas for improvement. Once you've undertaken this endorsement process with us, You are then listed on the NIAS Australia website and you're promoted to our 204 endorsed members. You get to use this badge here on the left of the screen. You can use this on your business cards, on your website, and this is a very highly recognizable badge of quality that all of the NIAS English language teaching centres recognise as a high mark of quality. Recently, some of our education agents, you might know of these agents, have undertaken a quality endorsement process with NIAS, and we support these agents in connecting and doing business development with the NIAS endorsed English language teaching centres. So the NIAS Quality Assurance Framework, as I mentioned, we've been doing this for over 30 years now. And our framework is a set of standards with principles and drivers that focus on different areas of the student experience. The student is at the core of our quality assurance framework, and we really believe that we are defending the experience of the student in our quality assurance mechanisms. Around the student, we explore different areas of support. So with the English language centres that are endorsed by NIAS, we look at their teaching and learning and assessment. We look at their strategy, their risk, their governance, how they've structured, what their organisational plan looks like, and we analyse this and give feedback. We look at the resources and the facilities that are available to the students and the staff. And we also check out what's happening from an administration point of view and a management and staffing point of view. Also, with our English language centres that are endorsed by NIAS, we look at how they promote and recruit students. These 6 elements are the core elements of the quality assurance framework. But over the last 5 years, we've realised the sector is growing and changing. So we've added different components to our quality assurance framework. And this includes standards around welfare for under 18s and young learners. Most recently, standards around online delivery. These are for providers, English language schools that are teaching online. We have standards for providers that are offering teacher training programs and ELT qualifications. And we have standards for those individuals and organisations that have products and services that they want to offer to the ELT community. We have standards around education agents, and I'm going to quickly show you what those are in a minute. And we have standards around ELT professionals. So I guess if you're looking at a kind of an analogy, a metaphor of how NIAS works, if you imagine that students are like patients in a hospital, and you have doctors and nurses in the hospital, and then you have the hospital as well. NIAS focuses on defending the rights of the patient, of the students. We support the doctors and the nurses, the teachers, and we also support the hospital, the school as well. So we have a very systemic approach to quality assurance. Our quality area J, which is focusing on education agents, has a number of different components. So part of the standards is around an ethical framework that supports the practices of the agency and the counsellors. Part of the standards is around ensuring that information provided to stakeholders is ethical, it's accurate, and it's consistent. We also want to understand how the agency is supported by effective, transparent governance structures. We're interested to understand how management works with your agency and how you have a performance and development culture for counsellors and staff. And we're also interested to see that your agency has in place a systemic risk management process. And finally, we want to ensure that stakeholder feedback, this is feedback from your students, and your customers and your counsellors, and also your target universities and English language centres, is routinely obtained, and it informs continuous improvement. So these are the general areas of the standards. And the way to go through the endorsement process with NIAS is very simple. There's a simple application form. We ask you to fill out a few documents and send us some information about your agency. We then set up a management meeting with your business owners, and we talk to you about our feedback. And then we do some surveys with students and counsellors, providers and staff. If you pass all of these things, you then are allowed to use this badge, and you can use that on all of your marketing collateral. So the benefits of listing with NIAS on our website. You have recognition if you're listed on our website as endorsed with all of our 204 endorsed members around Australia and Southeast Asia. You get exposure to NIAS News and our 10,000 subscribers. We send weekly NIAS news items and give information and news to the community. And if you're endorsed by us, we also inform that community about your activities as well. You have access to professional development. We have over 100 courses online that you can take if you're an endorsed member. And you have discounted prices at our conference and our other events. And also you get to participate in events like this. You get to participate in business development events and partnership activities with NIAS ELT centres, NIAS endorsed agents, NIAS products and services, and ELT professionals. Now you'll see from the listing, we identify you, we have links to your website, but we also showcase the number of NIAS affiliated centres that you have. So if you are in partnership with a NIAS endorsed centre, this allows you to list the number of centres on the website so other people in the public can see how many partners you have that are endorsed by NIAS. We also list the number of counsellors as well, and this is information that we share with the public. So quality is a really key thing. And just before we finish up, because I know you have a lot of interviews ahead of you and one-to-ones, I just want to talk about how important quality is to Australian providers. A year ago, we did a survey with a large number of stakeholders across Australia and Southeast Asia. And we asked them about what were their key identifiers or key issues for them during COVID. The number one factor was quality and quality provision of English language teaching. Even during COVID, this remained at the top of the students' minds, the top of the agents' minds, and certainly at the top of the ELT centre minds as well. From our survey and our research, we found that quality assurance gives reassurance to government regulators in Australia. It's vital for a country's attractiveness as an education destination of choice. It really matters to Australia, to the Australian public, and also to the greater Indo-Pacific region. And quality assurance in the way that NIAS does it is very much a supportive environment. We like to be a critical friend, not a regulator. So we don't do a pass or fail with all of our members who are endorsed. We actually support you to undertake the endorsement activities and to get support and guidance from us. And finally, quality teaching and education really improve the student experience. Also, NIAS is very big on innovation and disruption, and we really have been over the last 12 months innovating rapidly and producing online courses and support.